is Mehar Kaur, and I am a We Speak Science scientist. Today, we will understand what personalized cancer vaccines are. Before we understand what personalized cancer vaccines are, it is important to understand vaccines and what purpose they accomplish. Vaccines are medicines that produce immunity from a disease. Traditional vaccines are comprised of a weakened or dead derivative of the pathogen. In this altered state, vaccine pathogens are generally safe and unable to cause disease. Vaccines can be administered through needle injections or by mouth. So, how do traditional vaccines work? In the vaccine, the non-virulent pathogen activates the organism's B cells to make antibodies for the antigens, thereby developing immunity. Upon re-exposure, memory T cells get stimulated to cognate antigen and rapidly multiply, thereby providing memory to the body's immune system. So, to summarize, a weakened form of the disease antigen is injected into the body in the form of a vaccine. The body reacts to this antigen and creates antibodies with the help of B cells. Then, if the antigen re-enters the body, the antibodies in the immune system are able to fight it with the help of T cells. Now, memory is important because this is how our body remembers to prevent another infection should the microbes invade the body again in the future. So, what are cancer vaccines? Cancer vaccines are also medicines, and they belong to a group of substances known as biological response modifiers. There are two types of cancer vaccines: preventive vaccines and treatment vaccines. As mentioned before, cancer vaccines are a type of biological response modifiers, BRMs. They work by stimulating or restoring the immune system's ability to fight cancer, infections, and other diseases. BRMs use substances made from living organisms. They can stimulate or suppress the immune system. BRMs can also attack specific cancer cells, preventing them from growing or killing them completely. They can also lessen certain side effects caused by some cancer treatments. Types of biological response modifier therapy includes immunotherapy, gene therapy, and some targeted therapies. So finally, on to the big question. What are personalized cancer vaccines? Now, as mentioned before, T cells play a key role in developing the body's immune system by targeting antigens on abnormal cells. However, our immune system has limitations. This relates to how cancer cells express antigens, which could be used as targets by T cells. However, these are the same antigens that are also present on the surface of healthy cells. However, by increasing T cell discrimination between antigens on cancer cells and those on healthy cells, we could overcome our immune system's limitations. To do so, it is important to understand and create personalized cancer vaccines that individually target each individual's cancer cells. So, personalized cancer vaccines work by sequencing the DNA of tumor cells obtained from a patient and looking at the peptides formed by the mutated DNA. These peptides are only located on that individual's cancer cells. Vaccine can then be created to target that individual's peptides and is injected into the patient. A small study on 3 patients with melanoma showed success of tailor-made cancer vaccines for patients' individual tumor. Because of the limitations of our immune system, as discussed earlier, this study focused on DNA mutations in cancer cells, which produces peptides on cancer cells that are different from healthy cells. These peptides found on cancer cells are different in each individual, and cancer cells from each individual must be collected and sequenced. The process is very expensive since DNA of cancer cells must be obtained and sequenced for each individual. A phase 1 trial on 6 patients has now been approved by the FDA. Now we have come to the end of our presentation. The takeaway from this presentation should be that personalized cancer vaccines show huge potential in overcoming a widespread disease like cancer, and it may be the next cure for cancer that we are all looking for.